The next topic I'm going to talk with you about is not new. It's already been in the paper. But I can tell you on July the 25th and then on July the 29th, we received the first two complaints about an attorney. This attorney lives in Winter Haven. However, he has a law firm with 3 offices, appropriately named Family and Elder Law Firm. And this is the attorney. His name is Jason Penrod. He's 47 years of age. The 2 complaints that we received on July the 25th and July the 29th are still under investigation. We are waiting for bank records to come back. On August 2nd, there was a complaint filed with the Pennsylvania State Police that Jason Penrod had ripped off some folks. And the folks that he ripped off, the victims, was a brother and a sister who had a trust from their now deceased father. In fact, Jason Penrod flew to Pennsylvania to look the trustees in the eye and say, I took your money. Not only did I take your money, I took $1.7 million. I wiped out the trust. But I'm going to pay it back. You see, I had a problem. I had this raging addiction. It was at the Hard Rock. I was a gambler. Then he said, I just gambled and gambled and gambled. He said, this compulsion overcame me. He says, I self-justified it that, I'm going to pay it back with interest. I'm just borrowing it as a short-term loan, a temporary loan. And then he went with his excuses. I have these repressed memories. I have PTSD. I have trauma. I have numbness. I have stress. He had it all. He had it all. So he went to an attorney, and then he ran to Marion County to hide out in a facility. As the investigation's going on, we're working hand in glove with the state attorney's office, and we find out that, potentially there's at least 2 more victims, okay, up to 4, and another $2 million that's missing. So we're up to $4 million. We've charged him today only with 1 count. It's an F1, it's a 30-year felony. This guy actually agreed to give up his law license, and then he refiled and said, hey, if I give up my law license, then I can't make money to pay back, but I'll pay him back. This guy's delusional among all of his other excuses. Well, I can tell him what's going to happen. We are going to do our very best to send him to state prison for a very long time. He's not going to work it out. He not only drained their account, he drained his personal accounts. He's taken money away from his own family and children. The last we checked, he's got $36 left. But he's hiding in Marion County. Imagine his surprise when we told him, we've got a first-degree felony warrant for you, and you're going to the Marion County Jail. He said, well, my lawyer was working that out with the state attorney. Newsflash, this is how we're working it out with the state attorney. More investigation is needed to get to the bottom of this. But I want to focus for just a second. Among the things he tells the people, and you'll get a copy of the letter if you don't have it already, that he sent to the victims in Pennsylvania, was he considered suing the Hard Rock for letting him gamble there. Now you tell me that guy doesn't have a hitch in his giddy up. He's got about 5 brain cells, and 3 of them he left at the Hard Rock. And now he's locked up, and he's going to prison. That's our goal. But I want to focus on him for just a minute. I want you to look at this guy. This is the guy, one of the cases that's under investigation. The lady's 93 years of age. In 7 months, her husband died and 2 of her sons died. One of the sons who died left his mama a trust to help take care of her. Guess where that money is? Hard Rock. Jason stole the money, and by his own confession, he was spending the money at the Hard Rock. In this case that we're talking about now, that we've charged, the victim, one of the victims who set up the trust of $1.7 million was his entire life savings that he'd put together so that he could leave a trust to his children so it could be part of their retirement. He worked hard for that money. Then he went to a, quote, reputable, licensed attorney in order to set up the trust and the investment for the children. And what does he do? He rips it off. He's wiped people's entire economic life off of the books. Folks, now he's trying to hide behind mental illness. He's not mentally ill, he's a thief. He's an absolute, total thief, but he's worse than that. Because we have to trust our lawyers and our CPAs and our medical doctors. We don't have the ability to deal with those issues ourselves. And he wiped that trust out. He needs to go to prison. He needs to go to prison. He has ruined people's lives. Now, the investigation's still underway. I don't know how many other cases there may be. For example, there may be trust of people who have passed away, and maybe that payout of that trust is only once a year or every 6 months. So there may be people who have lost money. They don't even know that they've lost it yet because payout time's not come. But he has stolen millions of dollars. Make no mistake about it. The worst kind of criminal is the one that hides behind a coat and a tie and steals money with a law license or a professional license of any kind. So at the end of the day, Jason, you're not going to have a royal flush, but you'll have a jailhouse flush. That's a guarantee from us. Any other questions?
Sheriff, you said he was at a facility. What facility was he at? Is that where he was arrested?
He was arrested at that facility. We set him up in our own facility. You see, he was up there getting help for his gambling addiction. Well, we're giving him help for his gambling addiction because he won't be doing any gambling in the county jail.
Oh, mental health facility or something?
I would just call it a addiction recovery facility, or in his case, an addiction hiding facility until we got there and arrested him and put him in jail. So at the end of the day, we're going to make sure that he gets the right help that he gets, because when you're locked up in jail, you're not gambling.
The man whose adult son and daughter filed the lawsuit, did he live in Polk County or is he from Pennsylvania?
No, sir, the man and daughter lived in Pennsylvania. The irony is he took the stolen money, ostensibly from them, to fly up there to explain to them that I've stolen all of your money. The father was here because he set up the trust here. He's deceased. But I am super angry about this. And I'll tell you about Jason like I tell you about other professions. You can't mark the entire profession by one person. Lawyers are reputable. We all use them for our personal estates to set up. You have to have lawyers you can trust to help you through life, to when you buy a house, some of the most simple things. And then you have one like this. But he just didn't steal. He wiped them out economically. He broke them. And that's what makes us so angry.
Jeff, what do you think about his plan? He had relinquished his license to the bar, saying that so he could re-up his license whenever he wanted to. I mean, what do you think about it?
He had a scam. He figured that, well, if I give it up, then I can come back and ask for it back later on. So this was just one more of his scams. But the reality of it is, I checked, and the Hard Rock does not handcuff you and make you go there. You go there on your own. But he spent millions. And if you believe what he said, he went through all of his money, all of his office money, and then it appears at least $4 million of his client's money.
Have you had any communications with the Hard Rock to see if they had identified him as a potential client?
Do you know, I have not had that contact from our office. That will be part of the normal operation, is to see if we can get receipts and, so we can follow the money. But it really is of little consequence. He's got every excuse in the world. He's in his pea-brain. He has set up the system, the process, the excuse. Oh, I just need help. I need help. What you need is a jail cell. What you need is accountability and responsibility. We live in an environment today where everybody gets some letters attached, and I'm not making light of the people that have legitimate issues, but people who get in trouble want letters attached. They want diagnosis attached. Well, let me give him a diagnosis. He's a thief. And let me give him some letters. GT, grand theft. So he's got, but for him to hide behind the fact that, oh, I've got a gambling addiction, and quite frankly, the bottom line to this is, I'm not making light, nor would I ever make light of people who have significant, real mental health issues. In fact, I want to help those people. The only help I want to give him is a ride to the jail and then a trip to the state prison. I don't buy gambling addictions. He didn't have to go over there. He didn't have to do that. Yeah, he had an addiction. Now he's got a jail addiction.
Is there any chance of recovering any of this money that he spent?
At this point in the investigation, we don't see any streams of money. Now, it's not over. There's still a lot of investigation. But I believe if he had money to pay this back, he certainly would have before it came to our attention.
Sheriff, for clarification, there are 2 open investigations right now?
There are at least 4 potential investigations, okay? Including this one. Thank you very much. Have a good day. We'll see you the next time somebody does something really, really stupid.